Good morning, everyone, and a happy Lag BaOmer. This Spectator for Chazzanim is dedicated to Lucy, Maya, and Rina D. Hashem Yekom Damam. Lag BaOmer is many things for many different people. However, I'd like to focus on one, and that is today is the yortzeit of Morenu V'Rabbeinu Rav Moshe Isserlish, known as the Ramah. I would say the capital T, as in Tom, decider of Jewish law for Ashkenazic communities. And therefore, I thought it would be appropriate to mention a psak halacha of the Ramah that has to do with Chazzanim. In chapter Nun Gimel 53 of the Shulchan Aruch, the Ramah, who passed away on Lag BaOmer, says that you cannot be a chazan unless the congregation wants you to be. Namely, if a person comes into shul and says, "Let me be chazan," and the gabbai sort of says, "Fine," when he gets up there, that is wrong. He can tell the gabbai, "I'd like to be chazan, consider it." But to go up there and say, "I'll be chazan," and not even wait for the gabbai to go ahead and to give his answer is 100% wrong. A person has to daven and be a chazan only if the congregation wants him to be. Now that is usually the job of the gabbai, but very interestingly, the Shulchan Aruch, Rav Yosef Karo, comes along and says that even one person that doesn't want a specific chazan can prevent him from becoming chazan. Namely, a chazan is a representative of the congregation, and therefore, if one person doesn't want him, he can't be a representative because he is not the person that everyone agrees should represent them before God. Comes along the Ramah and says on one condition, that the reason you don't want him to be chazan is a ta'am hagun, is a reasonable reason. Namely, you can't come along and say, "I don't like his haircut." Or you can't come along and say, "Well, in my building we have a fight about how much we should pay for this or that or the other thing, and this guy and I are having a big fight, so I don't want him to be the chazan in shul." That's not a ta'am hagun. That's not a reasonable reason. A reasonable reason should be something that has to do with his davening. All the reasons we said until now, he davens too slow, he davens too fast, his tunes are off, and not something totally exterior, totally external to who he is and what he is, and more importantly, totally external to shul and davening. So a chazan has to be someone that the congregation wants. And thus, there's no such thing as a chiyuv unless the congregation will agree to it. On condition that indeed the reason you don't want him is a reasonable one. May the Ramah's memory be of blessing. Wishing everyone a happy Lag BaOmer.